Okay, so the the Masonic um, rituals end up with you taking the mark of the beast. I understood that, and I knew something was up with it. The reason why it's secretive is because they're hiding that fact, and when that shit happens, that's when you are bound to this world. You're bound to this planet, and they only do it to divine beings. They only bring divine beings into this process to capture the soul of the divine being. Then they destroy your career and everything to where you end up being homeless. They try to force you into suicide or addictions, anything to shorten your lifespan. So if you take the mark of the beast, then they'll give you businesses and stuff like that, and you can live a like glorious, famous life. You can be anything you want. You can request things from the devil before you take the mark of the beast and put it in a contract. All them people are under contract to the devil, the Draconians, and I refuse to ascend past the point where I knew I would be. I would not be in control of what was going on. So that's why I didn't ascend it. I figured it out when they started getting really aggressive and attacking me because I wouldn't go past a certain level of the process. Then they've destroyed my career. They've uh, helped my family through judicial entities take my home that I was living in. They have used, they were trafficking me through my job. I was a truck driver. They were trafficking me. They wouldn't let me leave until I manifested a certain amount of energy for them through running miles. Like I would run miles in parking lots, and they wouldn't let my 18 wheeler leave the spot I was at until I gave them a certain amount of energy. So when I refused to do that, then they refused to let me work, and then they wouldn't pay me, and then I would just be stranded somewhere. So I ended up stopping taking jobs because they had my phone hacked, and the only job offers I would get would be through their cult businesses they own. So I just decided just to buy a membership gym for like a year, and I lived in Phoenix for like a year behind my gym. It was in Tempe, and I just worked on myself, and I figured eventually the situation would blow over when Trump got in office, but it did not get fixed. It got worse. So I ended up. I went to Portland from Phoenix, and it was way worse than Portland. Portland's really, really bad. It's overran with really, really weird LGBT, like weird cross-dressing dudes. Like it's really wild. You don't want your kids to grow up in Portland. Um, it's very very strange, and these people are the type of people that will groom your children. They're groomers. These people are groomers, and there's also a lot of groomers here in Hawaii. Like I'd say 80% of the people that work here and that live in Hawaii are homosexual, and they groom children for these cult rituals. So just putting that out there, man. You come to Hawaii, come visit. Don't move here. I wouldn't move here. I wouldn't buy property here. I discourage visiting because they poison people. They try to poison me every day, and they poison other people, and they just don't realize it. You know, it's uh, it's a very sketchy situation. Like if you're in like Honolulu, spending big money, then you'll probably be okay on that side. But anything outside of Honolulu is ran by these cults and these weird people, man. They're like I said, like 70% of these people are homosexuals. All of these people have the mark of the beast. These people are all spiritually poor. Like there's a few people that that I've met that seem to be somewhat in alignment, but I say 85% are part of the agenda, and the other 70% of them people are homosexuals, and they have been groomed, and they're part of this cult, or they're groomers. Yeah, so it's not a good situation. So.